Welcome to Waywut, your weekly verbal double take. This is a rabbit hole podcast where a couple of old guys do moderate to shallow dives into various topics, ranging from true crime, paranormal, sports, pop culture, or anything else that we find interesting. We drop episodes every Tuesday and on Fridays if we feel like it. You can follow us on Facebook, X, and TikTok. We appreciate you joining us. And now that we got all this self-promotion stuff out of the way, here we go.
Why, hello there. On this episode, I am making a list and checking it twice for a topic that made me say, wait, what? Joining me wearing a very revealing elf costume is Darrell Holiday.
You forget that we're on video, so you're gonna fool like a third of the people that enjoy our content. The bulk of them are watching the videos.
Well, I'm giving them a visual, so have at it as you will.
Yeah, I don't know if that works, but okay.
Just to let you know, it's very revealing. With Christmas right around the corner, I thought I would give the listeners a gift and make this episode about Christmas. This won't be your normal Christmas episode. There will be no dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh or running over your grandma with a reindeer. But instead, we're going to talk about some traditions in a different way, a wild-ass theory, and other interesting facts. So, take back the milk and cookies, put on your footy pajamas, turn off Mariah Carey, and let's get ready for a holly jolly Waywut topic.
Denise is going to be pretty pissed off at you about that part.
Oh, don't tell me she's the Mariah Carey song lover.
Yes, she is. I mean, as far as she's concerned, it ain't Christmas until, that song plays.
So. Denise, what are you doing?
Don't get on her bad side.
Well, speaking of that song, we have heard all the Christmas songs ad nauseum. At one time in most people's lives, they loved hearing Christmas songs coming through their radio. It just drives home the point that Santa Claus is coming to town. There is the occasional new Christmas song, but for the most part, they have remained the same for decades, or in some cases, hundreds of years. However, of the top 30 Christmas songs, 25 of them were written between the 1930s and the 1960s.
I believe that absolutely. Yeah. Although I'm a little stunned that Mariah didn't dethrone them, but
she is on the list. Some of the songs include Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Yeah. Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. The song we sang a shit ton in school, Jingle Bell Rock.
Jingle Bell Rock. Oh, God. I hate that song.
Yes. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And the last one, Baby, It's Cold Outside.
The date rape song.
Yes, the naughty, naughty song. So, you know what's really funny about that song? You probably know this. The time that song was getting banned or canceled, do you know what the number one song in the country was?
Was it WAP?
It was WAP.
I mean, I was sitting there just trying to think of the most tasteless song that's been out over the past few years.
Yes.
WAP.
Let's cancel this song, but let's have this one be the number one song in America, talking about somebody's wet ass. Mm-hmm.
Well, because one is a guy that is like forcing a woman into a situation to where, she is helpless against his advances. And the other one is woman taking control and power over her sexuality.
Is that really what that song gets? Not the other one, not the WAP song, the other song. I thought it was just them going up and having a nightcap.
No, it's like she's like, I really gotta go, and he's like, oh no, why don't you stay? No, just he won't let her leave. It's like that dude that just can't take no for an answer. Back then it was endearing. Like when you watch old movies, the hero never takes no for an answer, and he'd grab the woman and pull her over. Mm-hmm. It's the Christmas song version of that.
It's the Pepe Le Pew skunk thing.
Yeah, sort of, in a way. Except she's a little bit more. She's more receptive to it. I mean, she's doing that that whole like,
No, stop it.
no, yeah, no. She's
Stop
doing
it,
the
Ron. Stop it.
yeah. I mean, I think most of it's just like, a lot of the uproar was like one the sissy guys that are trying to pretend like they're feminists so that they can get laid.
Mm,
Two, the uh the girls that just went to a frat party like a couple weeks before and they're having flashbacks of the fact that some guy named Scooter had him up against the wall with the one hand thing and she had to get rescued by her gay best friend. Um and then three is the lady that married the frat boy named Scooter and is regretting it all these years later because she felt pressured whenever he did the whole hand on the wall thing and she didn't have a gay best friend to save her.
mm. It's all very plausible.
Yeah.
Well, the reason for this is the music sound of that time coincides with the tone needed for a good Christmas song. The one song that you just alluded to, but she loves, what most people hate, is the "All I Want for Christmas Is You," performed by Mariah Carey.
I like that song.
Well, this is the most current written song, being from 1994, that is in the top 30.
Now I like a lot of the newer ones. I like the George Michael one. Let's say that's news from the '80s. So I mean, I like that one. But yeah, I can see that. I mean, most of the time, whenever you do a Christmas playlist on Spotify, like I said, like 90% of them are old.
Mm-hmm.
I was sitting there thinking though, maybe they can do a new song called "Mop." Merry ass pussy.
Maybe. Would that be a Christmas song?
Yeah, how it's a holiday time, so I'm gonna give you my mop, whatever.
All right, well.
You meet my pussy Mary, whatever. I don't know.
It's jolly.
Yeah, I'm gonna holly your jollies.
Well, most stations start playing this Christmas music around Veterans Day. That's the standard. However, there is something called the Christmas creep. The Christmas creep is a merchandising phenomenon in which merchants and retailers introduce Christmas themed merchandise, decorations, and songs before the traditional start of the holiday season, which in the United States is on the day after Thanksgiving, or better known as Black Friday. Now, I, for one, have seen this more and more as you go into a Walmart or Dollar General or whatever. They completely skip as soon as September hits and Labor Day or Memorial Day. Right, which one? Memorial Day.
Labor Day.
Labor Day runs through. They automatically get the Christmas shit out.
Yeah. It used to be that the entire month of October and part of September was all Halloween stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then whenever I went to get some Halloween stuff this year, and Walmart already had all the Christmas stuff out and taken up tons of the Walmart real estate. It's like I could have more fake blood if you weren't sitting there trying to push all these stupid Christmas ornaments out there.
Yeah, it's like they cannot wait to get that crap on the shelf so people can start buying them.
Well, I mean, it is the holiday that generates the most revenue for them. So,
Yeah,
I mean, I could see them wanting to get it, get that sustained increase going longer.
I can see that, but do you think it takes away a little bit of the Christmas season
Oh,
if you're starting
absolutely.
it in October? Yeah.
No, absolutely, I do, to a degree. So, my Filipino friends, they kind of start gearing up in September. The way they
Really?
refer to it is it's the Burr months. The Burr months are all
Cold?
about Christmas. No, BER. September, October,
Ah.
November, December. Yeah, no, it's never cold in the Philippines. They but they're big on Christmas, and as soon as like September hits, they're already gearing up.
Hmm.
So
Interesting. Well,
yeah.
speaking of gearing up, Black Friday is the start of the present buying frenzy. It used to be a time honored tradition to get up super early and fuel up on caffeine. You line up at the door of the store and wait for that moment where they fling open their doors and people push and shove on their way to their favorite sell item. Willing to be ruthless was a plus. Getting in fights were common. Oh, the good old days. Only in America can you give thanks for your blessings one day and run over someone with a shopping cart the next day.
You're not going to note that Black Friday's not even on Friday anymore?
Yeah, that's the thing. It used to
It,
be open up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Everybody rush in, and there's a big rush of people. It was
now
full.
it's like 7 or 8 o'clock on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, or
You know,
before. I mean, and that's the other thing is they would used to come out with a sell ads on Thanksgiving Day. So you would be getting a newspaper and you look at the sales ads, but now they come out now. You can probably see one right now.
well, you can see what they are, but I'm just saying you start shopping on Thanksgiving night now. It's
Mm-hmm.
not Black Friday in the morning. It's like hurry up and eat with your family and come here to spend your fucking money. Um, I'm going to ask you a question that's going to seem off topic, but I'll tie it in. I promise.
Okay.
What is your opinion of like the flash pass at Six Flags, being able to pay money to be at the front of the line?
Well, if you have to pay for the money and pay for it and get to the front of the line, you're getting a service. So I'm okay with it.
But okay, so you're not one of those people that, even where I'm kind of like, oh, fuck you.
You're
Just
paying
because you get,
for it.
I paid for admission, saves everybody else, and just because that person has more money than me, they can get in front of me.
Yeah.
It's elitist. I don't like it, but if you're okay with it, then all right. So
You're
that
paying for
means
it. Yeah.
so technically now Walmart has their Walmart Plus thing now, where they'll like deliver your shopping to you and stuff. Well, part of the perks of Walmart Plus is that you get to buy Black Friday stuff before everybody else. So if you pay them to be part of their little special
Uh huh.
elite group, you get access to all the Black Friday stuff before everybody else does.
Really?
Yeah, you get in and you get the deals early. Yeah.
Hmm. We may be a part of that because we get our groceries delivered to us from Walmart. So,
Well, I mean, yeah. All right. So it's kind of like how you can get your groceries delivered anywhere, but if they'll usually charge you some sort of fee.
mhm.
What a lot of them will do instead is you pay them like $60 a year, or I don't know how much they cost because I don't do it,
Kind of like a
but
Sam's Club membership.
you basically you pay them a recurring charge so that they don't charge you delivery fees and
Mhm.
so whatever other things. But then yeah, Walmart tacked on that, trying to get people to sign up for it by being like, hey, you get access to Black Friday stuff earlier. Then you get access to the Black Friday deals before the regular peons and all the super elite Walmart shoppers that drink their 40 ounce with their pinky up. They actually, on their underwear, the day of the week panties that they wear is only a day late. Those really snooty Walmart people,
The ones that actually have clothes on.
the ones that have spinners on their mobility scooters.
Well, I have to admit though, that was one of the funnest days of the year. Was on Black Friday, getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, getting to the
I,
store. It
I
was just
hated
a
it.
fun day with a family where you had all your ads laid out on what stores you were going to go to. And you knew where you were going to go and had them all lined out.
I
And
couldn't stand it. I'm not aggressive enough for them. Like I remember one time it was portable DVD players, and I was trying to
uh
grab like a couple of them. I was able to get one, and I was scolded by someone at the time. Uh, the shall remain nameless. That I didn't grab more than one, but I tried. But some lady snatched it out of my hand, and I was like, "Oh, that's what happens."
huh.
And it's like, why didn't you fight for it? It's like, because I'm not gonna get a fight over a fucking DVD player. I
Yeah,
don't care.
that it just happens to be $10 off.
Yeah, just it was not. I couldn't stand it. I mean, it's just none of the deals were ever worth it that much to me. So
No, I mean we would go. It was more of a tradition because it was just fun. Will we buy stuff? Of course. Will we ever buy like the big screen TV and the PlayStations or stuff that
it's the
went on
best
sale?
time to buy the big screen TV, really.
Yeah, but we wouldn't go for that stuff because the stores would have 10 of them, and you would have to go and, like you said, and fight somebody for it.
Ready, round one, fight.
Yeah, I mean, they had the stuff wrapped up with that plastic saran wrap, with black on it, so you couldn't see what it was. And then at 5 o'clock, they would blow the whistle or sound the horn, and you just hear people start screaming and
Start
tearing
ripping
plastic.
it.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was
Yes.
fucking crazy.
I hated it.
It
I
was so
hated it.
cool, though. I mean, it was a rush. It was a rush. Now being old and trying to deal with it, no. Mm-mm.
No.
Buying online is the way to go. I want to talk about some of the traditions that happen during the Christmas season. One of them is a drink, eggnog. There are
Okay.
lots of family traditions during the holidays. Wearing ugly Christmas sweaters or pajamas, or singing songs or drinking heavily are common. Some other common traditions or practice is drinking eggnog. I have never tried eggnog. It didn't sound appealing at all. However, after reading the ingredients, it sounds quite tasty. It is made from eggs, egg yolk, sugar, milk, heavy cream, and vanilla extract. And if I was to ever try it, liquor. It's basically a liquid custard.
I
Sounds.
have a I have a quart of it in my fridge right now.
Do you like it?
No. I've never had it. I have no desire to. It looks too thick.
Mm-hmm.
Daughter loves it. Like when we went grocery shopping the other day, she's like, the eggnog's here. And so she like got that. So she. I want to say it was even after a hockey game one night. She got home, was like, "Bah, bah,
Oh,
bah," and I'm like, eh.
it sounds pretty good. I mean,
Oh, she loves it.
sounds like a milkshake of a sorts, but made with eggs.
Oh no, she loves her eggnog. She's weird that way.
Huh. Huh. It's associated with the Christmas and the holidays for the most part due to the ingredients. There are lots of stories about eggnog's origin, but it's mainly because of the ingredients. No way would it be wise to drink a room temperature eggnog on a hot summer day.
It almost sounds like the ingredients to mayonnaise.
Yeah,
Except mayonnaise doesn't have milk in it, so
yeah, mayonnaise definitely cannot eat on a hot summer day, or on a hot hamburger, or in a sandwich, or anytime except for. Uh, I can't think of a good time to use mayonnaise.
I don't know, sandwiches, hamburgers.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
If you're in Holland, according to the movie Pulp Fiction, they dip their French fries in it. So
That's weird. I heard if you put it in like cakes and stuff, it makes the cakes more moist.
I've heard that. What I do is whenever I make grilled cheeses, instead of butter, I use mayonnaise on the outside.
What the fuck?
I know you say that, but you spread the mayonnaise on the outside, and it does the whole non-stick
Crispin?
thing, and
Okay.
it does it just isn't like you pick it up and it's like all white and gooey. No, it all cooks off just like butter would.
Hmm. All right. Well, I've come around on sour cream, so maybe one day I'll
Ugh,
come around on mayonnaise.
ugh,
I'm not
ugh,
saying I put it a big dollop on my baked potato, but I'll mix
ugh,
it. I'll mix it in chili, or
ew. No, no,
I
no,
still can't
no.
really see it. I just have to mix
Sour
it in real good.
sour cream is disgusting. It is the worst thing ever. Ew.
All right. Well, let's talk about Christmas lights. Why Christmas lights? Is it for the glory of having the best in the neighborhood, or having the most lights where it can be seen from space? Anyone seen National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation?
Don't know. Anyways, it's a dumb
Can't,
question.
yeah, it was a dumb question. Can't forget about those lights and views. However, the tradition of decorating your house with 1.21 gigawatts does have a meaning. Lighting up the darkness is a very old tradition. Hundreds of years ago, Norsemen celebrated the midwinter holiday Yule, which featured a burning log in every home fireplace, along with celebrations and song. The tradition spread throughout Europe, and for Christians, the light in the darkness came to symbolize Jesus. Oh, how times have changed. So remember that the next time you are plugging in your 45th strand of lights to instantly bring down the power grid.
I hung up lights. I want to say I've done it like 5 times in my entire life, and I hated every second of it. It was never seemed worth the trouble.
Mm-mm.
I can't do it. I hate it.
That's why you pay people now that make a good living by putting up people's
Yeah,
Christmas
because they
lights.
charge a ton because they're like, well, you could always just do it yourself, and you're like,
Mm,
oh god, no, we just don't have lights on our house
we
right now.
don't either. Best we'll do is turn on the porch light.
Have you now they actually have these kind of lights that go up as basically a permanent fixture that's up year round, and you're just able to change the colors of it to whatever you want, so you can make it suitable for whatever holiday.
Yeah,
Which I'm like, it's about time, but
Preston put some of those up on his house in Lubbock, and it actually looks quite nice.
My favorite ones are the lazy lights, the ones where you just stab it in your front yard and it just does the little snow in your house. That is the perfect. That is the perfect thing. That should have been invented like decades ago. I mean, you'd be like, "Oh, I'm going to go fancy this year. I'm going to put 3." Whatever.
Have you seen some of the displays that people do that are choreographed to music?
Dude, there's one not far from you. There's one not far from where you live, a couple miles up the highway. That I used to go check out every year. That would it was a bit out in the middle of nowhere. It was one of those neighborhoods, but where they don't not like subdivision neighborhoods. So all the houses have a bit more yard to them and stuff. But yeah, dude, they're out there, has it set to a radio station and everything, and it set there, and all the lights go with music and everything. Yeah, it's not very far from you. Really close, like within 10 minutes of where you are.
Huh. I have to find that one because we saw one recently on YouTube. They did the song Toxicity from System of a Down, and it was amazing. The guy had fire shooting out of pumpkins and shit, and it was cool. It was really cool. But it wasn't Christmas themed, it was Halloween themed, but I'm sure he'll have a Christmas display.
Well, I guess instead of fire, it'll shoot out snow or something.
Yeah. Garland. Christmas balls. All right. I want to talk about white elephant gifts. We have all been to office Christmas parties or family get-togethers where you are asked to bring a white elephant gift. It is usually a fun game, but only if you get the gift you want and not have it stolen by Karen from accounting. For those of you that have not played this game, here is how you play. Basically, everyone brings a wrapped gift of similar value and placed in the middle of the circle where y'all sit around. Everyone sits in a circle and everyone draws a number. The person drawing number 1 selects first and opens a gift and sits in front of them. Then the next person goes. The part that gets fun is you can take other people's gifts. And once stolen twice, the gift cannot be taken again and becomes possession of the person who has it sitting in front of them.
All right, I'm going to stop you there, Haas.
Okay.
All right, so white elephant Christmases are a lot like threesomes. They all have their own rules, and they have to be established well in advance and not in the midst of all the fun. You can't make the rules while you're in the middle of it.
It's kind of like Uno.
I prefer threesomes, but okay. Now, I mean, because I was going to stop you there because, like, I've been involved in several different white elephant things, and they vary.
Yeah, the rules vary.
Yeah, because like in my family, for the longest, we had to eliminate stealing.
Yeah, it could get cutthroat, and it could ruin families.
We had some people that got pretty butthurt and pissed off at each other because of it, so we had to eliminate that. But then I would go to somebody else's house, and it's like me, like with my family, we had our money limit. You spend $10 or whatever.
Yep.
And I would still try to get a kick-ass present. And
because you wanted it back.
Most of my pain, that's my strategy. I try to find I look for mine. I grip mine. I know I'm getting something I want. But this other group, they didn't go for that. They didn't do that. They would try to get the worst things for people, and you would see the same gifts popping up year after year after year, but they would just keep bringing them back. So I think it's one of those things where it needs to be discussed beforehand.
Agreed.
Rules need to be laid out.
Absolutely.
So that nobody's feelings get hurt and we all have a good time, just like a good threesome.
I agree. The rules definitely need to be laid out because, like you said, they're all different. And if you don't have fun with it, you will get your feelings hurt. Yeah.
I mean, there's some psychopaths out there that do unlimited steals. I mean, apparently they ain't got anything better to do with their lives, and they just want to sit there and keep stealing presents from each other all night. But who am I to judge?
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely don't want to be number one in that game.
Yeah, you do.
I guess because you always get to choose because somebody's going to steal your gift.
Well,
Most likely, huh?
number one has the option to. Well, at least in the ones I've done, number one always has the option to steal at the very end,
Mm.
unless a gift gets locked down. Though, if you do the two limit thing,
I guess I should have said that. If your gift gets stolen during that, then you get another gift from the middle and you open
well,
it
you
up.
can
And
steal.
you can steal somebody else's gift. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's like you said. You got to
Like I
go
said,
over
you
the
have to
rules.
establish the rules so that nobody gets their feelings hurt,
Yeah,
like in a threesome.
or Uno in my case.
You and I have very different ideas of what's fun.
Well, why is it called a white elephant game, Darrell? The term white elephant comes from a legend about the king of Siam, now Thailand, giving rare albino elephants to anyone who displeased him. The gift was intended to ruin the recipient by making them pay for the elephant's upkeep, which was very expensive. The elephant was also considered a sacred animal and a sign of the monarch's favor, so the recipient was cursed with an animal that was difficult to maintain and could not be given away.
Trying to think of if we have any modern day equivalents of that, but I can't think of anything that you could just sit there and burden somebody with nowadays.
No, but every time you get the gifts you were talking about, I'm sure it was a cup set with like a Nestle chocolate in it, or some sort of soup mix kit, or
I bring booze.
booze is a good one. Lottery tickets is always a good one.
hmm I mean, lottery tickets. It's like it's like one. If I ever buy a winning lottery ticket and I don't buy it for myself, I'm gonna be pissed. Two, Two, it's like when I get lottery tickets, I'm like, oh yay, I'm a loser. Thanks for all this scrap paper. I really appreciated the 45 seconds of pleasure
Mhm.
I got out of scratching this thing off.
You
Uh,
just never know, though. You
I
never
don't
know.
think I don't think it's not my preferred gift on to give or get because, like I said, if I give somebody a lottery ticket and they like, oh my god, I won $1 million, I'm be like, oh my god, officer, I don't know why they ran out in the middle of the street. I don't know how it happened.
Thank goodness they gave me their winning ticket before they did.
What are you talking about? I bought it. I'm on camera buying it. I
Mm.
didn't give that to anybody. That's
I just took
bullshit.
it back. Yeah, it was
I didn't
mine.
give it. No, I
They,
don't
they,
care what
they
they
stole
said.
it 3 times. It was only supposed to be stolen twice. We went over the rules. We went over those damn rules.
Then I went over her head.
Hmm. All right. I think this might be the last one, but yes. All right. This is the one I've been wanting to get to. You may have heard this one. I'm sure you have. There are several theories on the origin of Old Saint Nick. We think we know the origin of giving gifts, but why the use of the tree? Where do reindeer come in? And there is a theory that explores these questions. It is called the magic mushroom Christmas theory, and it goes like this. In Siberia, the use of the Amanita muscaria was common in shaman practices. This is the Super Mario Brother mushroom. It is recognizable by its bright red cap with white spots. It grows in the northern regions of Europe, Asia, and North America, particularly in association with birch and pine trees. Shamans, often referred to as medicine men, would consume the mushroom to enter a trance-like state, facilitating communication with the spirit world. During winter solstice celebrations, these shamans would gather the Super Mario mushrooms and distribute them to their community. It is said that the shamans, dressed in red and white garments, would enter the homes through a hole in the roof for smoke, as snow often blocked the doorways. This act of distributing the mushrooms is seen by some as a precursor to their modern image of Santa Claus.
um. All right.
That's some of the theory.
All right. I was gonna say because like Christmas itself, is a Christian holiday.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and part of them growing the Christian religion back in the old days was converting, pagans, Celts and people from other beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
Best way to do that not the way that they try to do it nowadays, where they're like, "Oh, we'll shove you in this mold until you are the perfect." No, they would tweak their celebrations to take on some of the aspects from like the pagan religions and their celebrations.
Mhm.
So whether it was making sure that Christmas was celebrated near the winter solstice, or it involving trees, or
Mhm.
whatever the case may be. So
Kind of checks
any
all the boxes.
so that yeah so I mean, a lot of the any of the times when people are like, where did this stuff come from? Where did this stuff come from? Is probably either Celts or Vikings or any of the other like people that Christians were like, "Hey, come join us. Come join us." "Oh, you do that too?" "Yeah, we totally do the same thing, except we got this bearded guy over here that we really like." So, uh, so yeah, I mean, whenever it comes to actual Santa Claus, though, there's a whole lot
Oh yeah,
that
there's a
kind of
lot
mixed
goes on with
together there.
him.
No, I mean, there's a whole lot of different cultures that had their own certain things and certain guys that were like, that did this, that, or the other. So
Hell, there's a theory that Coca-Cola came up with Santa Claus.
he came up with the modern look of them.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at if you remember back to like Night Before Christmas, where it referred to him as an elf. And then even older like things involving Santa Claus, he might have been he was thinner.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, Coca-Cola made like the modern day iteration of it. They took like the Night Before Christmas, said, "Oh, fat guy, let's see," and then they kind of did the actual visual representation of
Mm-hmm.
it. But I
It's
mean,
interesting.
yeah, it
So
is.
this theory, it covers Santa Claus, we think Santa Claus, or where they think Santa Claus comes from, but also discusses the reindeer. The reindeer, huh?
I was gonna say, I have no doubt the mushroom men uh, contributed somehow or another to all this. So,
Absolutely. Who
I
doesn't
mean,
like mushrooms?
everybody likes to think that there's like one thing where something originates from, and it's like, no, that's not how human history works. We kind of
Pick and
blend
choose.
shit together.
Yeah, take a little bit from here, take a little bit from here.
Yeah, Frankenstein it all together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reindeer, native to where this mushroom grows, also play a significant role in this theory. Reindeer also are known to consume these mushrooms and exhibit behaviors that could be described as intoxicated or even flying. So that could possibly explain why reindeers have come into the equation and why they fly. Uh,
Or it could just be that reindeer are like the main kind of animal in those areas, and
mhm.
so it's going to kind of involve those damn things anyways. I mean, so yeah.
It would be kind of cool though, seeing a reindeer messed up on mushrooms though.
I've seen how big their antlers are. I don't want to come across one of those that's
Oh,
going through a bad trip.
yeah, I've seen that Simpson episode.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to have one of those antlers going up my ass. I'm good.
Well, the Christmas tree itself, usually a fir or pine tree, coincides with the natural habitat of the Super Mario mushroom. The practice of decorating a tree with red and white ornaments may symbolize the mushrooms that grow beneath these trees.
If I remember right, the actual Christmas tree thing does actually come from like a pagan or Celt tradition that
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember and don't care that much about. Uh, I think whoever did this theory, whatever anthropologist or whatever did all this, it's one of those ones where they're just like, I gotta put it all in one. My thoughts is the one solution to all things.
Yeah, I'm sure he was probably tripping on these mushrooms when he wrote this theory, but still, is it all a stretch? Absolutely. But I bet you said, wait, what?
I did.
I hope somebody did.
Oh, okay. I'm sure somebody did.
Yeah.
I mean, I have no doubt that mushrooms played a part in like some part of Christmas because Christmas is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
found it
just
cool that the Super Mario game actually took what these mushrooms actually do and make you grow. They're said to be like the Alice in Wonderland trip where she shrinks, and they were using that mushroom too. It all kind of coincides of your perception being larger or bigger when you're on these
I've
mushrooms.
seen the Amarita, pictures of it.
Mm-hmm.
They look gross.
Mm-hmm.
They look really gross. I mean, at least the ones of Super Mario Brothers are all like smooth looking and everything. No, the real mushroom looks like it's like it's all like it hung over, like it had a bad night the night before, and it's all like ragged and thready, and the dots are all like gnarly. It's just like, no, I I I have no desire to eat that.
Yeah, mushrooms look weird already. And how do you
Yeah.
know if he's even good? Who's the first person to try that?
Well, and I mean, if I remember right, that's a big mushroom. Like the
Yeah,
size of the Amarita muscip or whatever.
yeah.
It's a big mushroom.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like one of those little ones. So it's like how much do you eat? Do you just take a bite?
Yeah, there's no directions on the back of it.
Yeah. It's like all right, so how much is enough to get high and how much kills you? And they're like,
It's
oh,
a fine line.
somebody be like, oh yeah, man, you just need a bite. Okay, but like a big bite, like open mouth all the way, or just a nibble, or just like a little. I mean, your bite, you got a pretty small mouth. I got a pretty big mouth. If I take a big bite, am I gonna die? Anyway,
What crazy theory have you heard about Christmas? What Christmas song do you hate? Have you ever been in a fight on Black Friday? I've gotten in an argument with a lady once at Black Friday. Wasn't my
what were y'all
greatest
fighting
moment.
over?
It was at Target, and we were in line. And you know how Target used to have the line set up where you had one line up front, and then you had the other line further up. You had kind of two registers. Well, one line was forming at the line for the register up front, but everybody was lining up for the register in the second lane. So I'm like, look at all these idiots standing in this line. I'm going to go and get in the short line. So I walk up there with Joseph and my mom, and it was Black Friday early in the morning, and we're standing in line, and this lady turned around and yells to the entire store, I just want y'all to know that this person right here is cutting in front of all of y'all. If this is the example you want to set for your son, you go right ahead. And I let her have it. I let her have it after that.
It's like, okay, you're in line here. There's a line there.
Yes, if y'all are too stupid to figure out that there's two lines.
It wasn't one of those situations where it's a line to get into lines.
No.
Okay.
No, they were forming, there were several people in that line in the front part of the register, or the front register. And then there was a lot of people in the second line for the second register. So people just didn't realize you could move up and get in the other line.
So how did it all turn out in the end? Did you go to jail?
I did not go to jail. I stayed in line. I paid for my stuff, and then we left.
Oh, okay.
But I did let her have it.
Did other people follow you? Were you like the leader where all of a sudden people are like, he's right, and then they go and join you in the other line?
Yes, other people started moving up to the line just like I did. And the cashier was like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry this happened. I'm not bothered by it. But when she started questioning my fatherly skills, that's when I told her she could go somewhere.
Well, all right. Yeah, tell us about your crazy Black Friday interactions.
Uh-huh.
Or, tell us about a time that some guy, like, wouldn't let you go outside because it was cold. Or, what's your threesome rules? I'm curious.
How do you play Uno?
What's your white elephant rules? I don't care. I'm interested. I'll listen to any of them except for the Uno rules. That's stupid.
Yeah, we kind of hit on a whole bunch of shit here, so
yeah.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it. But that will do it for this week. So join us next week as Darrell wiggles out of that sexy elf costume and brings us another topic that made us say, Waywut?
I'm not wearing an elf costume.
Not anymore. You're not. That was quick. And you got that thing off quickly.
This is why you play Uno. Bye.
Later.
Thank you for joining us for Waywut. If you would, tell your friends or your enemies that they can watch us on YouTube or Rumble. And if you don't want to see our face, or if they don't want to see our faces, you can listen to us on your preferred audio platform. That's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Pandora, you name it, we're probably on there. Please like, review, and comment on whatever platform you joined us on today. We'd appreciate that a ton. Again, just thank you for listening and watching. We hope you'll join us next time. We'll make you say, "Wait, what?"